A very good afternoon, Team Zimbabwe. My name is Ronald Wekamakushi, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. So, we are back so that we talk about 2023 elections, the possible date we are expecting these elections to happen, so that everybody gets ready for these elections because we cannot afford another 5 years. So, to do so, I am going to play a video so that you get to understand the real position of Zimbabwe Electoral Commission regarding 2023 elections, regarding the delimitation report, as well as the complaint, the investigation from Parliament, and the processes which are going to be taken and the way forward. So stay tuned as we take a look on this video.
It's okay, so maybe you can just give us a second to the next stage from today.
The next stage from today. Well, I'd firstly like to talk about today, if I may. Okay. So, in terms of the Constitution, the Speaker of Parliament set up an ad hoc committee to look into our preliminary delimitation report, which was done and finalized. And His Excellency the President had called us here today for him to formally hand over the report, which was written by the ad hoc committee, which was formed by Parliament. We've received the report from His Excellency the President, and we have assured him that we will take a look at all of the recommendations and the concerns that have been raised by parliamentarians. Now, in terms of the way forward, we are still to receive corrections from His Excellency the President himself. And we anticipate that he will do so in the course of the following week, whereafter we will gather as a commission, look at all of the recommendations holistically, and then look at those that we can accede to and those that we cannot accede to. And we will compile our own report for His Excellency the President, where we will state our reasons for acceding to certain recommendations and perhaps not acceding to some. I'm not by any means saying that we're not going to accede to any recommendations. I want to be very clear, we're going to take a look at all the recommendations.
Do you have timelines?
As ZEC, we do have timelines because what we work with is the constitutional requirement that the final delimitation report be gazetted 6 months before the next election. So in terms of timelines, the next election period is likely to be between 26 July and 24 August. So that means we ought to be able to gazette the final delimitation report sometime end of January or perhaps mid-February in order to meet that 6-month deadline.
In Zimbabwe, you have heard about the guidelines of the 2023 elections. So we are working with July and August. Those are the months we are going to have this election. So from 26 July to 24 August, we expect to have 2023 harmonized elections where we are going to elect the president, the MPs, as well as the councillors. So let us take a look on what she said about ward delimitations and the accusations raised against Zimbabwe Electoral Commission.
So in order to delimit wards, the way in which we interpret the plus or minus 20% is that it's a discretion which has been given to the commission, where we use that variance on a sliding scale, depending on the secondary factors in the constitution, like community of interest, geography. For instance, you know that the geography clearly in the rural areas is different from the urban areas. You know that there are some sparsely populated areas, there are some mountainous areas, there are some areas which have more rivers, there are some areas with more infrastructure, better electricity, and all this and all that. So the Constitution gives us the 20% variance to then take into account to say this is a province which has less people and more mountains. Well, this is a province which doesn't have infrastructure. To what extent do we then use the 20% to take infrastructure in this province? So the 20% variance, there's no miscalculation or anything that went wrong. This is not our first delimitation. We were part of the delimitation in 2007, and the technical experts who advised the commission that did delimitation then were also part of the technical experts that we used in this delimitation. So we had institutional memory. So just to correct you, nothing went wrong. Absolutely nothing went wrong. We used our discretion in the manner that we were supposed to use it in terms of the Constitution. And if there was a misinterpretation of what discretion meant, that is what we are going to correct now.
So, Team Zimbabwe, you have heard from the chairperson of Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, Mai Priscilla Chigumba, and she clarified about the dates where we expect the elections to take place or to happen in the nation of Zimbabwe. She clarified ZEC's position on the delimitation report processes after the presentation from the president today. And she also spoke about the ZEC position on the accusations being raised on delimitation of wards and constituencies. And she says ZEC does not take responsibility of anything which is being raised, and she denies any act of incompetency on that regard. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. I don't know what you think or your take regarding what she said, but I give you this opportunity to air out your views and your thoughts in the comment section. So remember to register to vote, and remember that elections are coming 26 July to 24 August. These are the official dates according to the Constitution which we expect to have the elections. It has been confirmed by Zimbabwe Electoral Commission Chairperson Priscilla Chigumba. My name is Ronald wekwamakusha. Muchirejista kuvhota, rambai muchiencourage hama dzenyu kuenda kunonyoresa kuvhota uye kuti vavhotereka ipo pashanduko pana Advocate Nelson Chamisa. We are not apologetic about it. We need change in the nation of Zimbabwe because we cannot afford another 5 years. Good day.